Let us talk about the discipline plan. It's very important to have a discipline plan. But again, I remind you earlier on when we were talking about procedures and routines, those are all meant to help us manage the class, not discipline the class. But if you know how to manage, you will not need how to discipline. But it's good to have a discipline plan. I travel around the country visiting schools and I usually ask them, do you have a discipline plan? And most of them would say, yes, we have discipline plan. We have rules inside the classroom. And sometimes they even give me 20 rules inside the classroom. And what happens if they break the rules? Well, there are consequences. They have to be punished. But what happens if they follow the rules? Well, then the teacher will not have to get mad. The teacher will not have to get angry. No one will have to be punished. Wrong. The discipline plan should have three parts: the rules, the negative consequences if they don't follow them, and the positive consequences. There should be these three parts. Now, about the rules, there should be only as many as the students can memorize. I mean, how do you expect them to follow rules if they cannot even memorize them? That's why there should not be so many that they cannot even memorize them. I have to remind you, these rules are not the same as procedures that we discussed earlier. Procedures can be as many as you want them to be, for as long as you rehearse them over and over with the students until they become routines. But in the case of rules, these are rules that you will tell them you want them to follow inside the classroom. And if they don't follow, there should be negative consequences. But if they follow, there should be positive consequences. Some of these rewards are applicable to preschool. Some of them are applicable all the way to high school or even college. For example, the "I am proud of you" statement. I always use this as a reward for my students in the university whenever they do a good job in presenting, in giving a presentation in front of the class. Sometimes I tell them, "Good job, class. I'm proud of you. How I wish we can present this to other schools. How I wish many other students are able to see your presentation." "John, this is the first time you have recited in a long time. I'm proud of you. I know how difficult it is for you, but you did it. I am proud of you." Why? Because he chose to follow rule number 1 of coming prepared for class. And then some more positive consequences. Harry Wong, the author of First Days of School, said there should be more rewards than negative consequences, because you stand a better chance of getting the students to do what you want them to do when they are working to get a reward as a class. Now, this does not go against the rule I told you earlier of the 6 levels of moral development, because in that case of the Kohlberg 6 levels, the second level there of "I want a reward" is a personal reward. I personally want a reward. But with this one, you are going to offer the students, for example, a class reward. And especially, it is a reward for doing something that is good, that is right. And then here are some samples of negative consequences. Some of them applicable to preschool, some of them applicable all the way to college. As you can see, some of them, or even many of them, are already in your student's handbook or school policy about detention, suspension, non-readmission, etc. Those two are part of the discipline plan.